What's going on, everyone? Welcome to E3 Coliseum. We're talking Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And joining me today to talk about this game, we have three very special members of our development team. Please give a warm round of applause to Emil DeBon, Matthew Tompkinson, and Grace Orlady. Thank you all so much for coming. How's E3 going?
Good, man.
Right? Last
Very
day,
fun.
final day. Everyone still well rested?
I'm
right?
tired.
Yeah. We're all a little tired, but it's great to be here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we're talking Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Before we get into it, though, why don't we give a little bit of a rundown on everyone's roles? So Matthew, why don't you start us off?
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Matthew Tompkinson, User Experience and Realization Director.
Yeah. So what exactly does a user experience and realization expert do?
When I'm doing user experience, I'm making sure that the game is easily understandable for the players. So we have lots of systems, lots of features, and it implies the UI, but also how we teach the game. And realization is about making sure that the whole game feels cinematic.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, Emil, why don't you let us know?
My name is Emil DeBon. I'm a writer and a military technical advisor on the game.
And Grace?
Yeah, I'm Grace.
You're Grace. You are Grace.
Yep, thanks. I'm a community developer, so basically what that is I am the sort of in-between point between the community and our players and the production team. So I sort of relay information, provide it to the players, spread to the production team, and vice versa.
Yeah, well, that's excellent. Thank you. Emil, I want to ask you first, as a writer on this game and someone with an extensive military background as well, could you kind of set the scene for us in Breakpoint? What's going on here?
So Breakpoint is a first and third person tactical shooter that puts you in the boots of an elite special operator behind the lines on an island that's been taken over by a hostile entity. So the island of Aroa is home to Skell Technology. It's an engineering firm that develops AI and autonomous drones. Now, the island has gone dark on communication, and you and your ghosts have been sent to investigate. En route, your helicopters are attacked, everyone is ostensibly killed, and you wake up alone, cut off from direct support, and you have to uncover the mystery of what has happened on this island.
Yeah. So, this is set in a near future,
Yes.
is that right? Yeah. As someone who's hired on, in part because of your expertise and to hopefully try to bring a level of authenticity to this, how do you balance that knowledge and that authenticity with this near future sort of setting that is playing in fiction as well?
Well, so the challenge, of course, is always finding the balance between authenticity and a playable fantasy. So my role as an advisor really was to help sort of inject details of realism into the fantasy to heighten the experience of being a ghost behind the lines while remaining playable and progressive. So I was able to work with all the different departments to help ensure that certain details just come across as more authentic, whether it's body mechanics or locomotion, weapons handling, sighting rifles, everything from voices for the systems and the AI to characters and dialogue. It was about finding where we can sort of utilize more authentic feel and tone and actual details and remain within the realm of the fantasy of the Tom Clancy universe.
Yeah. And was this something you had done before on a video game?
It actually is not. My background is in screenwriting. My degree was in drama and theater, so I studied acting and drama theory and then screenwriting, and I was sort of working in film and television, and I had the opportunity to work on this game. So this is my first foray into gaming, but it's been a tremendous experience because games offer such a tremendous form for storytelling. And the aspects of narrative in this game are so heightened and highly developed that it's been a tremendous experience. So not having done games before, I brought kind of a fresh perspective, perhaps, but was quickly sort of schooled in the philosophies of game writing, and there's untapped potential for storytelling there.
Yeah. So one of the things I do know you did, too, was work very closely with Jon Bernthal.
Yes.
Who we just saw in that trailer. He plays Cole D. Walker, of course. You're the villain of the game. Tell us a little bit about who Cole D. Walker is.
So the character was the essence of the Tom Clancy universe are these what-if scenarios. What if horrifying things happen in a plausible reality? So we explored the notions of AI, sentient AI, and sort of loss of control, and this very deep notion of brother versus brother. So the character evolved from the idea of finding the ultimate adversary for the ghosts. The ghosts are the best that the U.S. military has to offer. what is the most threatening challenge that a ghost can face? And really what we came up with was another ghost. So the character evolved from that. And of course, from its inception, I think Jon Bernthal was in mind. The desire to cast him really was prominent with the hopes that we could get him. So developing the character around a lot of his historical roles was almost easy. He brings this intensity and sort of authenticity to the roles of conflicted warriors, and that heightened the underlying sentiment behind Cole Walker. So we have this elite special operator who has his own agenda now, and he's in direct conflict with Nomad. They've worked together. They have a history in Operation Oracle. You were able to fight alongside him. You developed a rapport, a relationship. They now have to face each other on the battlefield.
Yeah. Now, I mean, before Ghost Recon Breakpoint was even announced, Walker was actually introduced in Ghost Recon Wildlands through Operation Oracle. And at that time, he's an ally to Nomad. He's a friendly. What does it mean to go through that transition of taking someone as an ally and making them into a villain?
Well, thankfully, I've never had to encounter that firsthand in real life, but narratively speaking, it opens a lot of possibility for conflict and tension within the story, which of course makes for compelling drama, compelling narrative. So it was a lot of fun to play with that aspect, because you wouldn't expect a character like Cole Walker to suddenly be your adversary, and it allows for the narration to expand on this theme of brother versus brother. It gives us a lot of room to play with that theme. And it just ends up being a lot of fun to write, to create, to visualize.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about what it's like to work with Jon himself.
It was great. Honestly, I've said it many times. He's a consummate professional. Shows up, early every day, enthusiastic, ready to work. He brings this intense history of work in this genre of sort of military-themed characters. He's tactically proficient. He brought a lot of experience with weapons handling, so it was easy to work with him. He takes direction, makes adjustments quickly. It was easy to get him to sort of embody the role of Cole Walker, and just with minor suggestions on little tweaks so that we could help create a distinct visual signature for the character, it was easy. So we had a great time on set, a lot of fun. He brings a lot of innovation. He makes a lot of great suggestions himself, and just it all sort of helped together to create this very compelling character that I think players are going to really enjoy encountering.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to come visit you guys during your mocap session in Montreal, and see you coach him up on techniques and things like that. See him take direction, see him deliver his lines, and you're totally right. The dude was a consummate professional.
Oh yeah.
Time, absolute expert.
Yeah.
And we actually, through that trip, cut together a bit of an interview with Jon to get his take on Walker. So why don't we actually take a look at that now?
Yeah, I don't know that Walker necessarily believes in good and bad. I think it's about, completing the mission. What that entails and what is so necessary is throwing the rules out the window. And that's not something that a ghost can do. With Walker, he was on the team of ghosts. They'll always be connected, as you are with any brothers in arms. There's real desire to make them see your point of view. But I think that that just becomes an impossibility, and lines are crossed that he can never sort of go back from. So I think there's a real sense of conflict with him, and I look for that in any character I play. I didn't really know what to expect in this process, but I've loved it. It's like working on a great film with a great filmmaker. It's like you're in great hands, so it's like just do your job, and you're gonna be a part of something really special. Well, I think first and foremost, you gotta get over the ridiculousness of that fucking suit, man. And that you're doing a scene with somebody who's, got dots all over their face. But, I was surprised that kind of went away pretty quick. One of the big advantages and major differences is when you have all those cameras going, you have the ability to really just go after the one perfect take, because this is only gonna work in one take. If one person drops something, 99% of it could have been perfect, it just doesn't work. There's no hiding, there's no, hey, can we just do this again? You're out there. And there's something great about that. There's something sort of athletic about that I really dig. I come from sports. It's an athletic endeavor to get on stage and carry it for the whole show and be courageous enough to change it up and to trust the moment. And I really dig that. I dig that pressure, and I dig that kind of makes everybody do their best. The folks have really gone out of their way to show us so much of the content that they've already created, so much of the content that serves the story. I deeply appreciate the commitment to authenticity here. The stuff that I'm doing is written by a vet, makes me feel confident in what we're doing, that there's somebody there, there's special forces guys in the room that are right there with us. And yes, it can be things for as sort of like pedestrian and mundane as, you know, how's my footwork look when I'm walking with this certain kind of rifle. We really went into depth with how Walker sort of treats the dog tags of his fellow soldiers and people that he's had to put down, and I think it very much colors the performance. This is not some sort of two-dimensional mustache twirling villain, you know? He's a guy with real purpose and an emotional depth. I don't mean to give you a kumbaya answer, but I'm honored that I get to sort of have a character like that with Walker. You were walking a thin line.
Available October 4th. Pre-order now for guaranteed beta access.
And of course, I hope everyone got to watch the Ubisoft conference and was introduced to Bam Bam, of course, Jon's dog. The best boy there is, absolutely.
Very good boy.
Yes, very
10
good.
out of 10.
Absolutely. He got some very good pets backstage. Don't worry about that. We make sure to handle that. But next up, I want to actually, we have some gameplay too to show Breakpoint. And so I want to go into that a little bit with you, Matthew, and talk a little bit about what Breakpoint is introducing to Ghost Recon, what kind of new things it's bringing. So why don't you just give us an overview a little bit of the new features we can expect?
So the first thing that we wanted to do with Ghost Recon Breakpoint is to push even further the fantasy of being a Spec Ops. So of course, when you're a Spec Ops, you spend time fighting, but this is very limited in terms of the time you spent on the battlefield. And here we wanted to push also the other aspects. The fact that you can spend time traveling, being tired, being wounded also. You have to heal your wounds to prepare for battle. You can prepare in bivouacs, where you can do some elements where you hydrate yourself, you can eat, you can also select different items that you can craft. So all of those elements are really things that bring a lot to the table, and it really helps you really live the life of a Spec Ops behind enemy lines.
Mm. And Grace, I know as the sort of connection between the developers and the community, I know the team listened a lot to fans and really took their feedback to heart when it came to Wildlands. What sort of things really did the development team adjust and tweak due to that fan response?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ghost Recon Wildlands specifically, and I mean throughout the entirety of the game, and in year 2 has been a great learning experience for us as as the community team, and then I think for the production team as well. So we took a lot of those learnings and really have fine-tuned the way that we're able to sort of deliver the content as well. We have features that have been requested by our community very much so. So I don't know if you guys saw the announcement event, we have blast boots now, which is like a huge thing. People want to be able to tuck their pants into their boots, so we got that. Check it. We also have things like the breaching kit, which allow the ghosts to go through some of the like linked fences. I think they just showed it up there, so you can actually breach through there stealthily, and then your teammates can follow you. So that's pretty cool. And then also like smoke grenades. So one of the classes that we have, the Panther, is a master of stealth and infiltration, and their special ability once they fill up their gauges is dropping this like smoke grenade, which you can use to get out of situations if you're maybe made a couple bad choices and they know that you're there, or you can use it to set up certain situations that you can drop it and run in and CQC people, or you can use it as cover to sort of give your teammates sort of some cover to get away from situations. So we have a lot of stuff, and we've definitely been paying attention to our community, and I'm super excited for you guys to see all of the new features and stuff.
Yeah. And so, the gameplay we're watching right now, Matthew, obviously it's a 4-person team in co-op going through this facility. But I noticed here and there through the gameplay I've seen that you're fighting much more than just human enemies this time, right?
Well, yes, what we are seeing right now is the main mission that we have included in our E3 demo. And it already includes, for example, drones, which are really a new, very lethal threat to the Ghost that really require you either to coordinate if you play in co-op, to attack them from different angles, or to aim for their weak spots. Or we even also have one much more bigger threat, that is called the Behemoth, that is the highest level of challenge. And for us, it's not only about having those huge threats, it's also a very good excuse to have even more firepower that the players will be able to use. And so they will be able to use, for example, a rocket launcher. That is another thing
cool.
that the community has been asking for.
It's
Actually,
very fun.
it's quite.
Who doesn't love a rocket launcher, right?
So
I mean,
but
maybe
the
not if you
rocket
play
launcher, well, it's quite straightforward, really. Like, you know, it's the main weapon of choice if you want to destroy drones and take down their defenses. And they are full body armored, so it's something that you can remove thanks to it, and then you can go straight to the core, and that's a great thing.
Yeah. And I want to talk a little bit about the sort of coordination you have as a team, right? There's multiple classes, and what are those classes, and how do they sort of fit together?
So the idea is always about the freedom of choice. In all Ghost Recon games, it's something you can do. You can choose how you want to play. If you want to be in the back and snipe the enemies, if you want to go more stealthy, if you want to play more like an assault. And now what we've done is that we've introduced a soft class system. So it's not like you're going to choose your class at the beginning of the game and play it for the your whole playthrough. It's more something that you can choose and unlock through your progression, and you have special challenges and special abilities linked to it. So the three ones that we've shown in the E3 demo are the Assault, so that's quite straightforward, and that's really the one that you choose when you want to go against a blaze. You have the Panther, that is the one where you go more stealthy, and when you want to take down enemies without them noticing you and without creating any alert in a camp. And you have the Sharpshooter, that is our own sniper, that stays in the back, that can recon all the enemies, exchange the information with the rest of the group, and take them down and cover their back.
Yeah, that's awesome. There seems to be a lot of coordination that you have to, that's possible in Breakpoint. That if you have a team with, we're playing with 3 other players, that you can really customize your experience based off the classes people choose.
Yeah, but at the same moment, it's really up to you. If you want to choose to play only Panthers and go really in a stealth style, like you're playing a spy game, it's something that you can do. If you want to have a more balanced team and something very organized where everyone knows its role, it's possible. And it's possible. I was talking about the bivouac earlier on. At any point, you can go to a bivouac, you can rest, you can prepare and choose some preparations that will give you buff for your next attack, and you can change your class at this moment. So like Grace, most of the time she's playing as a sharpshooter, but if at some point she wants to really go and battle for real, it's possible. She can switch with Emile. Emile won't do the assault for once. It could be Grace.
Sharpshooter requires the most skill. I don't want to hear it.
Just like hiding in the bushes.
No,
Come
I like
on.
doing the headshots. It's not
No,
my
but-
fault you can't hit them.
No, but really, that's one of the other aspects that we've improved, that we are saying right now, the stream, is the fact that we have improved both the AI for all the enemies, but also we've included several new archetypes that can also balance the strategies that Grace is usually using. Like when she's camping, being in the back, we have now enemies that are much better at rushing towards her, either like if you have the rushers that go straight forward, but she have to be like fast to react, or they can
That's great,
also
'cause I'm really
flank
fast.
her and attack her in the back. Actually, I discussed this morning with people that tried the demo, and they were feeling so comfortable in the back, like shooting everyone, but they realized that they had people arriving in their own back, and they got killed because of that. So you really have to be prepared, even if you're choosing the easy strategy as a sharpshooter.
How is sharpshooter easy? This is insane.
If I can expand a little bit on that, what this does is it heightens the tactical aspects of this game. So planning considerations are a significant factor now. You can't just assault your objective. The fact that you can change classes, choose specific skills and buffs for a mission, means you actually have to take into account the possible contingencies that could happen, like additional archetypes that can find you if you're a sniper and flush you out of your position. So you can't just play haphazardly. You actually have to plan, and that's the beauty of the bivouac. It's that safe space before the operation where you can choose your class, you can get your buffs, you can plan your tactics plan your route, your infill and exfil routes. You can plan your objective. You actually have to use sound tactics. And that's just one more way that we're heightening the experience, the fantasy of being a ghost.
Yeah, it really sounds like that coordination, tactics, and strategies is just as important as the execution itself, really, when it comes to this. Yeah. And I briefly want to touch too on, obviously we're looking at some combat here, taking out some drones, but Breakpoint's introducing a lot of sort of new stealth mechanics, new survivability mechanics. Matthew, can you talk a little bit about those?
Which mechanics are you talking about? Sorry.
So,
I get you.
so I know, for example, that there's new ways to sort of maintain stealth. This time around,
Yeah, absolutely. Right. That's actually my favorite.
Yeah, mine too, actually. That's why I asked.
So, yeah, the idea, well, you're playing as Ghost. So as Ghost, you're supposed to be invisible. You're supposed to be able to vanish totally anywhere you are. And so you can prone, but you can do something like you go deeper than prone. You blend into your environment. And that's what we call prone camo. You're in the mud, you cover yourself with mud, and maybe it can remind you of some movies, like very famous movies where you do that,
Wink, wink.
real spec-up style, and then you become virtually invisible. The enemies can come really very next to you, and you can see them very fastly, take them
Super
down,
cool.
and that's super satisfying.
Yeah.
And it's not only in the mud that you can do it. You can do it in the snow, you can do it in the grass, you can even do it in the sand. So all the various environments of the game, it's something that you can use and you can do.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so excited. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up soon, but Grace, could you please let people know when they can get their hands on the beta and when they can get their hands on the game itself?
Yeah, so we will be having a beta from September 5th through 8th, so you can go to ghostrecon.com/beta or just go to the website or Twitter or wherever. You know where to find us. And you can register for your chance to play. So we hope to see you guys there, and we will be releasing on October 4th worldwide your platform of choice.
Awesome.
Within a couple restrictions.
Thank you all so much. I hope you all are half as excited about this game as I am. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys.